What up, people? It's your boy Chid from Green Eagle Eye. That's right, you're through to the chopping block. Now, it's the last chopping block of the summer, so I'm really going to talk about everyone that is still at the club that I'd get rid of. I've also had people ask me why I've not talked about the Callum Chambers deal. So I'm going to talk about it here, because he's one person that I wouldn't have necessarily gotten rid of, and yet here we are. The day after he's been signed for Fulham on loan. Callum Chambers is someone I highly rate. Probably after Alex Iwobi is the one player I bang on a lot about rating. I see a good player in that. You know, at 23 years old, he's just signed a new contract with Arsenal. I think I, for one, expected him to stay and really be the guy to potentially break into that Mustafi-Socrates partnership. And then, you know, as pre-season played out, I felt like we could just do with one more defender. But that didn't necessarily mean that I didn't feel like Callum wasn't ready to step up. Actually, I thought Callum played the best out of all of our central defenders. The one thing I couldn't understand is why, you know, we decided to let him go. I mean, my gosh, if you're going to let anyone go, let Holding go. Hell, even let Mavropanos go. That would make more sense to me. But to let Holding go on that, I don't get it. If you're still loaning this kid, maybe he doesn't have it. and that to me is my worry, I guess. If you're still loaning him out at this stage, maybe he isn't good enough, like I initially thought. So I don't know. I don't get it. I find it a strange one. But anyway, let's talk about the people that should be going. Now, I made a big video a couple of weeks ago where I talked about Danny Welbeck. And I felt like he should have gone. You know, he was, quite frankly, the fucking mascot got more time on the pitch at the World Cup than he did. But he got an extended break due to his exertions at the World Cup, and came back yesterday. And now there's a lot of talk that we'll be getting rid of him. My only concern about getting rid of Danny Welbeck is, all right, but what are we going to use the money for? If it's just for balancing the books. But at the same time, to me, I just feel like the shelf life has gone at Arsenal. You know, for as much as I initially defended, particularly the first couple of years of his Arsenal stay, I really viciously defended us keeping Danny Welbeck. But now, I'm just at the point now where it's just like, God, bro, you're not serving any purpose. Yeah, you don't score goals, that's your one thing. You know, people say, oh, well, he's good on the wing. Is he that good on the wing? Is he really that good on the wing? Like, let's be honest here. Does he cross the ball? No. Would you see him as this remarkable dribbler that takes it past players? No. I'll give you that. He worked hard. All right, I'll give you that. You telling me you can't find a player that works hard? You can't find a player that gives you the same width that supposedly Danny Welbeck gives. I think out of desperation, to me, I'd rather a youngster occupy that position if all we put Danny Welbeck in the team for is, oh, well, he can run a bit and works a bit hard. Nah, I think there's better talent out there. So to me, Danny Welbeck, sell him. Sell him if we can reinvest it in a deal that's going to help us. Whether it's an imposing defender, whether it's, fingers crossed, Leon Bailey, I feel like Danny Welbeck should be sold. Next up on my list, Carl Jenkinson. What the fuck are you still doing? I made a chopping block video about this before, and I still don't understand what you're still doing. Like, I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't get it. You know, at this point, you might as well cancel this motherfucker's contract. Can it be any more expensive than Debussy's? And you happily cancelled Debussy's last year. Cancel his contract. Get rid of him. Get him off the books, man. Honestly, at this point, we're just wasting cash with him being in the team. So get him off the books. He serves no purpose. Get rid of him. Joel Campbell, next up. Now, I didn't really want to dedicate the video to Joel Campbell, which is why I declined making a video last couple of weeks, last couple of chopping blocks. I kind of taken the last couple of weeks off. Mainly because I didn't feel like he deserved that harshness. In a similar vein to Lucas Perez, I don't think he's ever really been given a chance. And the one time he was semi-given a chance, I thought he did really well. Tell you, the irony that we're looking for wingers and we're letting the likes of Campbell and Perez, two people that could have happily played those wings, I will never understand the thought process if we don't end up going to get a winger. But with Campbell, I think it's just a mercy killing at this point. Let's just let him go and let him revive his career instead of all this stop-start shit. He must be getting sick and tired of it. I'd like to see him go and succeed elsewhere. So Joel Campbell is the next up on my hit list. This one is controversial. Now, this next one is very, very controversial. And, when I think about the title for this video, which I haven't really yet, at the moment I've just called it Deadwood. But I'm going to call it this. To me, I'd sell Mohammed Elneny, man. I would. Hear me out, because I know a lot of people have been like, but Chip, last season you said he was all right. For a couple of seasons, I've said he's all right. For a couple of seasons, I said he's a useful player. But I think when you start to look through the team and you think to yourself, all right, we need someone who is going to be able to play this position and play it well. Does Mohammed Elneny, he's one of them guys who plays well every 8 games or so. Has an outstanding game every 8 games or so. Is that good enough for Arsenal? Let me ask you guys. Because I know I can almost predict the way you guys' mentality will think. You want us to keep him purely on the basis that, what if something happens to Guendouzi and Xhaka and Torreira, then at least you have Elneny there. No, motherfuckers. I'd rather play NC Maitland-Niles, who, let's be honest, can do a defensive job. I'd rather see what Joe Willock can do, who, let's be honest, is starting to develop into an all-round midfielder. Don't get it twisted. I don't think he's ready yet. I think there's a big difference between, say, Ainsley Maitland-Niles and Joe Willock. But I think for the sheer fact that we're even having this debate, tell me what was the best 3 games you've seen Mohammed Elneny play. Mind you, the guy's been here for 3 years, 4 years. You should be able to pick 3 games. Don't worry, I'll wait. To me, he's just a player that serves, just goes through the motion that people want their. You know what he is? He's a spare fucking tire. No one likes the idea of rolling around in a car, one of those little fucking thin-ass spare tires. But everyone feels a little bit better when it's in the boot. But ideally, you don't want that. You don't want that fucking spare tire. If possible, you would rather go out and buy yourself a decent fucking tire. No one wants one of those little shitty thin tires that you keep on a car that you have to have at your absolute most desperate, and you can't go more than 50 miles an hour because of the type of tire it is. No one has little shitty tires. That's what it is. It serves a purpose. I'd rather have it than have nothing. But that's all it is. And I feel like a lot of the thing, for me, the most important thing about moving away from this Bennett era is the idea that we're moving away from, that will do. That's all right. We'll make do. I want us to try and move away from that. I want us to slowly start to build towards title challenges. Mohammed Elneny, I'm sorry, is not a title challenging player. He isn't. So for me, last but not least, that is why I would sell Joel Campbell, Carl Jacobson, Danny Welbeck, and yes, unfortunately, Mohammed Elneny. Now, don't get it twisted. I've not mentioned a couple of players for a reason. I think Ospina is more or less outside of out the door. I'd be flabbergasted if he's not on tomorrow, which is why I've not brought him up here. Plus, I've also done a chopping block with Ospina in it. If you haven't had a chance to see it, go watch it. It was a controversial one because I put Petr Cech in that video as well. So go check that out. But that's it from me. That's the chopping block done. I put the axe down for one more summer. You guys let me know what you think about all the chopping blocks. Is there someone I missed? Let me know in the comments below. Also, first of all, no other fucking comments about, oh, I don't really like African music. I like it. Therefore it stays. With that. But other than that, let me know what you think generally about our transfer window. What would you grade it between A to F? I'm going to let you know my opinion about our transfer window tomorrow on my last Eagle Eye episode of the summer. Don't forget, like I said earlier to you guys, I'm going to be doing 2 shows tomorrow. I'm going to be doing an Eagle Eye special where I talk about all our transfer dealings. And any that may happen tomorrow, I will do that tomorrow. And then I'll grade our window between 1 and 10. And just let you know how I feel each of those signings will fare across the season. I'll also talk a little bit about that with my guest, Frimpong, who I'm going to do a separate show with when I cover the Arsenal versus Man City game. Yes, Arsenal are back this weekend. We play on Sunday. So I'm going to do a preview for that game tomorrow. So be sure to check that out. All right, people, I'm out of here. I am aware that this week it's been cheap overload. So don't worry. You'll see less and less of me after tomorrow, I promise. But I hope you've enjoyed the content that I've given you over the past few days. Let me know what you thought of today's video. Absolutely crush that like button. And hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. All right, I'm out of here, people. Take care.